It did. It did. It lowers the anxiety when we can talk about it.
Right. Yeah. And it's unfortunate we can't control other people, but I don't know. I like going to this kind of just like with David, Dr. David, we'll just put that just because there's a confusion of two colors, but you guys have the same name. But that, he's saying we just got to be careful, but to learn coping skills for anxiety if we're having panic attacks and for stuff that we cannot control. Just remember, like, control the things that we can, worry about that, be mindful in the present, and worry about what we can control. Get out of the what if and the should world, because things haven't happened yet. We never know what's coming. We didn't see, nobody expected this to happen. Nobody saw this coming. All of this is going on currently today. So,
and I would, I think it's important to say too, Tiffany, that if David or if anybody who feels like they're, experiencing severe anxiety and that's not getting better over time, then feel free to reach out for, more formal support or talk to a professional or see what other options for help may be out there, because we don't want anyone to suffer on a prolonged basis in that way.
Thank you so much for calling in. Have a good day, David. So we have some comments on Facebook Live. Joe Potosi, true. And for those who suffer from mental illness and are struggling mightily during this time, need to know that they're not alone, even if they feel that they are. And so true, which leads us to our next category of social isolation, which unfortunately I just kind of promoted that accidentally. Have the groceries delivered to your house. Go first thing in the morning. Stay inside. I didn't mean to do that, but still, right now, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I would encourage people to go outside and pretend like nothing's real, but it's hard to tell.
The challenge is going to be from now on as we move back outside. It's finding that balance. What you begin to feel more comfortable with. But I think it's important to remind everybody that the social distancing doesn't have to equate to social isolation. In other words, we can still reach out to our friends and family, even if we're not in physical contact with them.
For sure.
It's great with all the video and the FaceTime and Skype and Zoom and all these things that we have now that, you can chat and talk to people. And, I had a great experience where a bunch of my old friends from college, we all got on a call and there were 40 people on there, and, we had a great time talking. And,
so this is actually the first time I've seen you face to face. You always see me on television.
Exactly. Yeah, right. Exactly. So it's, and I think it's better, I like it better.
Me too.
But so, we can have the social distancing, but we don't have to be isolated, and we can still reach out and talk to people and have that connection. And then, gradually, or you can have the socially distant, picnic or whatever, where you're out there, but you still maintain some of the distance that you need. But the isolation, we know there's a lot of bad mental health impacts just from isolation. And so that can contribute to the depression, the anxiety, all these other kind of feelings. So we just have to be mindful of that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And you just, at least the FaceTime and everything, and to be mindful also of the blue ray and the effects it has on our brain and depletes melatonin. And physiatrists from Harvard say that, we need to do that because it can lead to the next one, that disrupted sleep. And at first, when I was doing virtual, I love how that just bled into that, but I didn't do that on purpose, but disrupted sleep. But in the beginning, when I was doing the virtual, I'm not used to looking at a computer this much, especially through the shows, the clients, the preparation for that, Zoom support groups, chat rooms, talking to friends. And I don't have them on right this second because I wear them throughout the day when I don't care. I'm wrong, because they're just nothing against glasses. It's just that if I were to choose glasses when I need them, they would be a different style. These are just not me. But point being is that all of this Blu-ray, blue screen, all of these devices are really messing with our brain and causing disturbed sleep and the anxiety, and watching television and watching nothing but bad stuff on social media. And social media lately has been very negative, a lot of controversy. People are, it's just it's bothering a lot of people. My day yesterday, I had like 12 clients pretty much and a show, and we're till 11 p.m. and everyone is upset with what's going on and not knowing what to do. And the day before as well. So yeah, it's draining. And we as healthcare workers and mental health professionals need to self-care as well.
Yeah, but, and I'm gonna add to, you mentioned the sleep, but actually the next couple of things on my list, they all kind of go together with the sleep. And
so we're gonna combine the dozen, and then we gotta take a break after you say this.
I think the sleep, and then you get into limited physical activity, and then bad nutrition. I mean, those are kind of the triple crown of all the sort of unhealthy lifestyle changes that we're all facing. And so our sleep gets out of whack, and then we're eating the wrong things, and then we're sitting around all the time, and we're not getting outside, and we're not getting our usual exercise, and you can't go to the gym. And, so, it's all together, and that's where you get into all these physical impacts. Then your neck hurts and your back hurts, and, you have your blood pressure may be affected. And so, I mean, it's all connected, obviously, but this shows you how really our physical health gets hugely impacted as well, with just all the different changes we're going through and the stress that we're facing, and how we have to then step back and say, oh, wait a minute, I need to maybe cut back on the cookies a little bit, or I need to get out for my walk, or I need to try to go to bed at a certain time. And so that whole thing of self-care becomes, even more critical right now.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And Facebook Live, Stacey Hirschman. Hi, Stacey. I feel
I know
having.
Hi, Stacey.
Hi, Stacey. I feel severe anxiety and OCD my whole life. I'm taking responsible risks, and just my mask, glove, and social distance, I have to get outside.
Yeah. Yeah. So first of all, hi, Stacey. And that's there are certainly a lot of safe ways to get outdoors and enjoy nature, and we need the kind of vitamin D from the sunshine, and we need to make sure that we have that, and then you just feel better in nature. So if there's ways that you can get out and do so, that's a healthy way to do that. By all means, you need to keep that part of your routine.
Absolutely. And thanks for posting that. It's time for our second break. And I got some great things coming up. I want to show you something that I received that's pretty funny, David. Okay. One of those comical things that I find kind of funny. But we'll be back with Moments of Clarity. I want to show you guys something when we come back. And be back in just a moment. And before I go to break, also, 866-826-1340. Please call in and join us. 866-826-1340. Thanks, Ed. Sorry about that. We'll be back with Moments of Clarity in just a moment. Stay tuned.
We will return to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Warner after these messages.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
If you are like most people, you worry with the financial challenges you face today. How do you protect your family from financial ruin? How will you reduce your liabilities and get out of debt sooner? And how can you deal effectively with the constant changes in your job, your career, and your business? Overcoming your financial challenges is like building a house. You must build from the ground up. You must learn how to make more money, save more money, grow your money, and protect your money. Forever Forward Financial specializes in teaching you these 4 basic money skills so you can achieve your dreams and end your worry. Call us today and schedule your complimentary, no-obligation meeting to discuss your needs and concerns. Call Scott Bigley at 727-422-7761.
Are you looking for a great book? If you like to root for the underdog, Joe Potosi's book is a book for you. A real American Odyssey that will grab your attention with its fast-moving narrative. You won't be able to put this masterpiece down. When the Dust Settled by Joe Potosi. Go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or Zulin Press.
Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. Living with a mental health disorder is not easy. If you or someone you know are struggling with this, please know it's so important to seek treatment, and I'm here to help. Please visit the website at momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com to view blog posts and resources on this site to help educate and inspire you to take action, because there's no shame in seeking help for mental health. While you're there, please take a few seconds to sign up for my email list. You'll get some extremely valuable educational and entertaining content that can be sent right to your inbox each week. Plus, you'll also get instant and free access to my guide on managing your anxiety. You can also follow me on Twitter at MOC with Tiffany and at Facebook at Tiffany Warner. And once again, the website is momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com. Thank you so much for your support and for listening to your show, because change can only come when we stand together as one. Hi, this is Tiffany Warner, your host of Moments of Clarity. I'd like to give a shout out to musician-songwriter Don Lawson, who wrote, produced, and performed all the vocals and instruments on my Moments of Clarity theme song. Don gained his inspiration as a mental health counselor himself. He's always looking for artists to record his songs, and you can hear more of Don's music at reverbnation.com/Don Lawson. You can also check him out on Twitter at Don Lawson Music. Thank you so much, Don, for your contribution to Moments of Clarity and ending the stigma on mental health. It's awesome.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Now back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werner, licensed mental health counselor. To engage in the conversation, call 866-826-1340. Here's Tiffany.
Hi, everyone. And if you're just tuning in, this is Moments of Clarity. I'm Tiffany Werner. I am a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. And today joining with me is a psychologist, friend of mine and professor at the University of Kentucky, and done so many things with psychiatric hospitals and a lot of experience with the mental health work, and has a great website, davidsusman.com, for a lot of articles that he's written, very informative. One of my favorite ones is 13 Advocates You Should Know. You should check that one out.
there might be somebody on the list that is on this call.
If you haven't read 13 Advocates You Should Know by David Susman, I think it's worth reading. Thank you for that honor, by the way, publicly. He put me as one of them.
Absolutely.
You must not know that many people.
Well deserved. Well deserved. Yes.
You must not know that many mental health advocates.
No, I know hundreds.
It was no, just kidding. It was an honor. It's an honor to be on that. At first, before reading it, he was like, "I'm not going to pick favorites, so I'll put it alphabetically." And I was like, "Skimming," and I was like, "Okay, thanks, David. I'm on last, but it's because my last name is with Werner." I'm like, "Oh."
There you go.
No, I was honored to still make the cut. That's awesome. And if I made a list, you'd be on it too.
Oh, thank you.
For sure. Okay, so back to this, davidsusman.com for more information. And I was kidding about the 13 Advocates. You didn't know, kind of. There's other people on there really to check out if you want some quality mental health people. I mean,
Hey, so while we're plugging each other, let me just mention for folks that I have written a bunch of COVID-19 articles lately, and one of them is actually more about mental health resources. So it's a list of websites and so forth that people may also want to check out. And then I wrote another one that was kind of just sort of, more general coping with the pandemic. And so, I've been trying to get just anything I run across that seems helpful. I've been trying to get it out there. So I invite people to just come and take advantage of all that information.
Yeah. And thank you for doing that. That means a lot. And it's definitely a resource that more people should know about. David Susman, SUSMAN.com. And it's for you to take the time to constantly reach out to the public on your own time and, have a variety of articles to help cope with change, with mental health, with everything. It's very thoughtful. I commend you and I applaud you on it. Thank you so much for doing that. And we all do our part, we try. So, so anyway, we were on the dozen. I
don't think we're going to make it through the dozen, but people can go read the list.
Right. Well, we kind of rounded up, I'm just going to go through them. Ready? Things, anxiety, frustration, depression, social isolation, disrupted sleep, limited physical activity, poor nutrition, which, we comfort foods and we're ordering in, substance misuse. We kind of covered that in the beginning. People are drinking more and using substances because they're bored. Mm-hmm. Financial stress, of course, with everything going on, a lot of businesses went out of business. A lot of people got furloughed waitresses, bartenders, people that could not work. And I mean, that's a lot of strain. Parenting challenges. We just discussed earlier, not being able to watch my son graduate. Your daughter's out of school. Like a lot of kids are, doing homeschool and things like that. Now parenting challenges, especially for people like me with younger kids,